Alright, let's do this. This is a little bit new. This will be the first video I've made in a long time where I'm not actually going to write anything down. Because now that they're really pushing the calculators, it's more about what can you do with technology than what can you do by hand. So we're going to do math with technology. So since you probably don't have, or you might not, I don't know, have graphing calculators at home, we're going to look at something that can do everything a graphing calculator can that you have at home, which in this case is Excel. So looking at the homework, you had sets of data, and we were looking for the mean absolute, which I can't spell, deviation. So there's 3 steps to that. The first step was find the mean of the data, and usually that involves adding all these up manually and dividing them out. So let's see if we can't improve on that. So let's put in our numbers: 2, 5, 8, 9, 7, 6, 3, 5, 1, 4. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to let the computer do all of the work here. So let's label this first. This is a list of cool numbers. Okay, and over here, stuff we want to know, and we want to know the mean. So this is a couple ways. Let me write what you'd have to put to solve for it. So everything in Excel runs on functions, so you basically just tell it what you want to find. So if we want the average, you'd say the average, and then you just tell Excel which cells you want to average. So we start at B2 here all the way down to B11. Just like that. So if you were to put that in, it would tell you what the average is. So let's actually do that. So to make it actually do the function, you have to hit equals first. And if you do that, it'll actually help you type it in, and it'll even explain to you what the functions do and how to type them in. And we can actually, instead of typing it out, we can just drag over the boxes we want. And we just close parentheses, and there's our average. Piece of cake. Okay. So our second step, step 1, find the mean, done. Step 2, we wanted to find the difference from the mean for each value. So this is the part that kind of took a lot of time because we had to go through each one of these and subtract them all from the mean. Fortunately, the computer will do all the hard work for you. So if we come over here and we're going to say, let's see, how do I do this? Let's just write out. So equals, what we want, let's do this the wrong way first. We want the mean, which is this, okay, this number, 5, and it's never going to change. So to keep it from changing, we say money, $sign, that's in G2, okay, and even highlight so we know we're in the right place, minus the number next to it, which in this case is B2. And that works. 5 minus 2 is 3. Success. Okay. Then we need to go down to the next one. So what we can do, instead of having to type it out again, I'm just going to copy this, and then we're going to paste it. And it takes that same formula, and it just moves it down 1. And it knows since it moved down 1, we don't look at 2 anymore. We want 5. So it takes this mean minus that cell. So 5 minus 5 is, is 0. Okay, if we do it again. Whoops, I got to copy again. Alright, copy, paste. Alright, but then we run into a problem because that's a negative number and we don't want a negative. So we got to think, well, how can we fix this? Well, remember our keyword here is absolute. I can change this color. Okay, fortunately there's a function for that. So I'm going to go back up to my formula and I can adjust this as many times as I want because mistakes happen. And I'm going to type in ABS, not like the 6-pack, but absolute, and it tells you returns the absolute value of a number without the sign. Okay. And that's not going to change the first one because that was already positive. But if I copy this, now this should end up being positive 3, and guess what? There it is. So we can do this one by one, and that's fun. Or you can be quick about it, just drag all the way down and bam, there's our list. So here are our differences. Okay, so far so good. So now we want the mad. And all that is, so we found the difference for each mean value. That's this column here. Step 3, find the mad, or mean absolute deviation. And all that was the average of this list here. So we're going to do it the same way we got 5. So we're still going to put in average, only this time instead of column B, now we're in column C. So C2 through C11. Alright. And then if we actually type that in, C2 through C11. And if this is correct, that should give us 2. Guess what? There it is. And there's our final answer. So this may seem like a pain because that took 6 minutes to set up. And that seems kind of bad, right? But if you think about it, all the work is done now. If we were to change the numbers, let's say our number of siblings and we added a couple more people and someone had 5 and 3 and 2 and 4 and 21. Haha. Okay? All we have to do now is just add that to our list. And then we just need to adjust this a little bit because now we're not going to 11, we're going all the way down to 16 here. And we could even, I mean, let's say we wanted to add 50 more numbers, we can just tell it to go all the way down to 50. No big deal. And see, it updates everything else automatically. Then we just come down here, we adjust this the same way to make sure we collect everything, because you can see we don't have these numbers checked yet. So let's go 50 for this one too. And it does all the work. So all I gotta do, I just change these numbers out, and it will do all the calculating automatically. So if you do it one time and set it up correctly, all it is a matter of just putting in new numbers and you have all your answers. So the first question takes 5 minutes, the next 5 questions take a minute and a half, and you're done. And that's it, right? Power of technology, right? Okay, so that's the first part. Mean absolute deviation, this is done. Right? 2 formulas. Well, 3 formulas. That's all it took. Alright, what about our other homework? We had box plots. Okay. So we want the 5-number summary. Remember the 5-number summary, we needed the minimum, or the lower extreme. We needed the lower quartile, or quartile 1. Quartile 2, or the median. Quartile 3, or the upper quartile. And the maximum. Okay, so I need to know these 5 things. So we're still going to start off the same way. Still need a list of cool numbers. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so, oops, no, this is too big. Alright, that's better. So we list our numbers, so 86, 83, 98, 99, 81, 86, 95, 84, 79, 90. Okay, there's our list of 10 numbers. So the old way we'd do this, if we're doing this by hand, is we'd have to put these in order. So what if we want to put them in order? That's easy. Highlight them all, go over here, data, sort. List of cool numbers, and I want least to greatest. There it is. It's in order. And then we have to say, well, if there's 10 of them, that means we should have 5 numbers that are lower. So we'll make those light blue. And 5 numbers that are higher, and that is dark green. So now it looks like the sky and the ground. And so we can say that the median would be the average of these 2 numbers. So 86 and 86, that should just be 86. The lower quartile would be the median of these 5, so the number in the middle should be 83. And the median of the upper quartile should be 95. And then the minimum and maximum, minimum 79, and our maximum of 99. And that's fun and all, but I don't want to have to do all this work. I want to let the computer do it.